Welcome to PPI Recording Studio nestled in the cradle of New York City. Welcome to the fourth weekly episode for the month of April 2026 for Dedication Around the Nation weekly courtesy video marketing series and interview series, because we are getting it out to the nation and beyond. First photo is a thank you today to Tom Lawless and the Astroflower weekly video series from across the pond. Now, we have been mutually supporting each other's channel for many months. So thank you, Tom, for that continued support. Live link in the text description area to Tom's YouTube channel, which is the Astroflower. While there, please subscribe to his channel. As well, my return guest here, Robert C. Ford, he has a very extensive YouTube channel as well. So on all of our YouTube channels as you're watching, right down here, the lower portion of your viewing screen, right in the middle, right down the center, you're going to see this insignia, which is the like button. Click onto that for all of our YouTube channel videos, and that is a YouTube channel techno algorithm tabulation. It all helps, man, keeping our videos out there in the e-world. Very important. So next photo you're going to see come up is for last week's episode, which was April 2026. If you've not seen it, live link in the text description area makes it very easy to click on to watch. Now, I've asked Robert back as a return guest. The last time he was here was right here, May 3, 2023. He was here in 2021 with Gene Pritzker, yes, right, for the first time. So today, though, it's an auspicious occasion because today we started this series. It was our answer to the pandemic when the pandemic shut everything down in April 2020. Came up with this idea, and Chip and I created and launched this video series April 28th, 2020. And here we are 6 years to the day. Today, April 28th, 2026.
Wow.
I know. Pretty crazy. Yeah. That deserves a horn. So point is, I asked Robert to come back because we're both staunch environmentalists, right? Robert is a poet at large in charge, as I say, in New York City. And I was just at the Staten Island Zoo this past Saturday, April 25, 2026. And I was there as a volunteer coordinator for an exhibit table we had through the zoo for Gotham Whale nonprofit, right? And I took some photos of animals because Robert is going to recite one of his poems, and we're going to augment his poetry with a couple of photos for wildlife conservation. Robert
Awesome.
C. Ford, go for it, man.
Thanks for inviting me, and
my pleasure.
Happy to recite one of my poems here. It's called Mother Earth Doesn't Wear Lipstick. The Hopi recognizes himself in the animal's eye. The digital native posts duck-faced selfies. The Hopi pulls slowly back on a hickory bow. The digital native slaughters with a plastic straw. The Hopi says a solemn prayer for the life sacrificed. The digital native hungers for more likes. The Hopi makes moccasins from remaining hide. The digital native discards cell phones fully charged. Another driveway, another highway, less birds and trees, more GDP, prairie dust bowls, where are the buffalo.com, the only Amazon. Koyana Scot Sea, we can't eat money, less taxis honking, more birds singing, Ganges River, pure water drinking, let mother breathe, adopt a tree. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. See, that's my point, is I talk about it almost every episode here, and now 6 years, right? I talk about recycling frequently. I talk about picking up trash on the road, talk about how people can make a difference. And through your poetry, it's a similar scenario. Yep. Through your art, you are now helping people to recognize and realize that we need to do better.
Yes.
We absolutely need to do better. Now, there's another fairly new YouTube that you have on your channel. Yep. Called Footprints of Steel. So can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah. So Footprints of Steel is my latest album. The title track is an homage to the New York City subway, which those of us who live here in Manhattan, we ride it every day. We kind of take it for granted. But it's more than just a mode of transportation. You know, it's a theater. It's a classroom. It's a place to find love. It's a daily rebirth. So the least I could do is give a little shout out back. So that's Footprints of Steel. And the album itself has 14 eclectic tracks with a lot of accomplished musicians that I'm blessed to work with, because usually the music comes first and then the words are secondary to fit the music. In this case, they take my lyrics, my poetry, my words, and they set it to music, and the less it rhymes and the more challenging they find it, and they love it. So I've collaborated on the album with Carly Munoz of Beach Boys fame, with Adam Holtzman, who was Miles Davis's musical director for a number of years, and more recently tours with Steven Wilson. Gene Pritzker, who was the lead orchestrator for the film Matrix Revolutions. So I've been best. I got to pinch myself sometimes. I've been very, very blessed with the company that I keep here. So thanks to them, a rising tide elevates all ships. So
there you go.
They make my poetry sound great.
So I'll have live links in the text description area to that specific YouTube on Robert's YouTube channel, so you can go and refer to it and support his channel. So I have a couple of dedication around the nation little businesses we're going to take care of before we get to the song, because we have a surprise song for the two of us today that we're going to do. He wanted a little classic rock because he loves classic rock, so that's what we're going to give you, man. Yeah, we aim to please.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you to the folks at Staten Island Zoo this past weekend. They were so gracious. And thank you to the two brand new Gotham Whale volunteers that came out, and that's Fran and Han. You're going to see them on your screen and the photo that we took while we were doing our Gotham Whale presentation there at the exhibit at Staten Island Zoo. Staten Island Zoo, check this out, is going to be celebrating their 90th anniversary, June 10, 2026.
Wow.
That's pretty substantial.
I wonder if they have any animals like an elephant that is actually older than the zoo, maybe.
I don't know. That's a good question. So I'll have live links in the text description area to their website, also their Facebook page. Makes it very easy to connect with the zoo as a nonprofit here in New York City. And the next photo is actually Erin Parada. Now, I just met Erin. She's part of the staff there, also with Jen, who is in the photo, and they were so sweet and so gracious, again, as was the whole staff. And they are now opening up a new chapter of AZA. Now, AZA is Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and they're an umbrella company, if you will, nonprofit for other nonprofits such as zoos and aquariums. Again, live links in text description area. And I promised Aaron I would help get the word out, hence that's why this photo's up, and live links, obviously. So I have a couple of dedication around the nation. First of all, you're going to see this photo on your screen. This is Shelley Wolf, who came to the live event when I performed a little more than a week ago up at Pearl Street Station Restaurant. I only knew Shelley by a voice because she's on the Paul Ponders weekly Saturday live radio show on WATD in Cape Cod every Saturday from 12:08 in the afternoon to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And she's a tech expert, and she talks about all different kinds of information about skimming and scamming and what to do online and what to not do online and what to do on your phone and what not to do on your phone. So Shelley came to the gig. She was so sweet. She took pictures, took videos of us performing, put it up on Facebook to help spread the word for what we did today. So thank you very, very much, Shelley. It was a pleasure to have you with us. Live links in the text description area to the Paul Ponders Saturday series, so you can catch this Saturday coming up. 12:08, it starts in the afternoon. Next one is for the Sarah Bradlee statue ceremony that I actually went to, which was April 20, 2026. I promoted it here for 8 weeks to help get the word out. It's a nonprofit which is looking back at Medford history.com, which is Medford, Massachusetts. And this is Bob Hilberg, who is part of that board for that nonprofit. And he's right after the ceremony, he's in his Captain Isaac Hall outfit with the fellow who is part of the drum and the fife corps. This is the better part. He's the drummer. Really, really cool. So live links in the text description area because you could still donate to that nonprofit, right? And then the last one I want to talk about, and is this. This is going to be on your screen, folks. Now, I updated the Beneath the Sea Expo, right, for the next one for next year for 2027. And I do this as a courtesy to help promote this nonprofit. And it's going to be April 2, 3, and 4, 2027, back at the Exposition Center in Secaucus, and right across the river, right here from New York. But it's so cool because this on the bottom, I had no idea that I was actually in their program for the last one for March of 2026. I had no idea it was in there, and what they wrote was so beautiful. You're seeing it on your screen. So I'm going to have that in the text description area. You can read it, but it's extremely sweet, and it's also a really strong endorsement of what we do here each and every week for nonprofits such as Beneath the Sea and also Gotham Whale. So, Project 142 Concert Series is the sponsor of the Dedication Around the Nation Weekly Courtesy Video Marketing Series and Interview Series. You're going to see the logo on your screen. So the whole idea was this was a nonprofit that was started back in 2010 by Dick Leonard as a house concert series in his home, 66th and West End Avenue up by Lincoln Center. Dick opened up his home for artists and musicians to come in and perform. Didn't charge them for the space. If they charged their audience, they kept all the money. Also, Dick provided refreshments, which was all free. Well, that lasted 3 years. Dick got to know me because I performed multiple concerts in his home over 7 months. And then Dick approached me when it outgrew his home in 2013. He said, would you be willing to take Project 142 on to the next step? I said, absolutely. So we made it a nonprofit, which at that point it wasn't. I created the website, created the logo, created the social media platform. I had none of that because then now I made it into a mobile concert series here in New York, which you were a part of because you used to come to the Composers Concordance because they were one of the nonprofits that we used to host concerts for with Gene and Dan Cooper.
Yes.
Right? So when the pandemic hit, April 2020, that was then, what are we going to do with all the marketing that we built over so many years? And I performed in the city myself for 17 years here in New York. So what are we going to do with all that? Because nobody was going anywhere. Hence, that's why this video series was created. And here we are now, 6 years later to the day. Wow. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for your support.
It's good to be busy and
yeah, it's really cool. And it's also scenarios such as this. You know that you're getting it out there when you can have this kind of deal happen for you. Yep. And organic in as much, because I had nothing to do with that, making that happen. So Robert and I are going to take it out with a song, because I always sing a song every episode for 6 years. And he said, let's do some classic rock. And I said, okay, let's do that. We get up every morning from the long clocks, warning, take the 8:15 to the city. There's a whistle up above, and people pushing, people shoving, and the girls who try to look pretty. And if your train's on time, you can get to work by 9. Just like your slaving job and get your pay. If you ever get annoyed, look at me, I'm self-employed. I love to work at nothing all day. And we've been taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business and working overtime. It's easy as fishing if you be a musician. If you can make loud sort of mellow. Get a second-hand guitar and chances are you go far. If you get in with the right bunch of fellows. People see you having fun, just a lying in the sun. Tell them that you like it this way. It's the work that we avoid, and we're all self-employed. We love to work at nothing all day. And we've been taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business and working overtime. All right, high five! Yes. Yeah, man, taking care of business. BTO, man. Thank you, Robert.
I'm glad you led on that.
So live links in the text description area, as in every episode. Check them there. They are there for you. Certainly Robert's YouTube channel. Check that out. Certainly the Astroflower, as always, Paul Ponders. Certainly Beneath the Sea, for example. It's all there for you. The Staten Island Zoo. Now we have a new interview for next episode, starting off our 7th season. And that's going to be a special guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is because it's going to be a big, big surprise. It's Lucy. I'm going to use it Lucy. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Robert, for your continued support.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next episode. And as always, thank you, Mr. Chip, for breezing on PPI Recording Studio. We'll see you next episode. Happy spring. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
High five. All right.
All right.